The Black Forest. Another day, I thought as I woke up. Every single day feels like another wave of water slamming over me, making it feel like I am drowning. I honestly lose track of the days. The only thing I look forward to is leaving this wretched school. Every class is just a repeat from a book. There's honestly no interesting part. But today, as I trudge through the monotonous routine, something feels off. The air is heavy with an unnatural stillness, and the shadows seem to dance with a life of their own. Suddenly, a loud slam of a book interrupts my thoughts, snapping me back to reality. It's Sam, but his demeanor is different, colder. His eyes gleam with an unsettling intensity as he approaches me. "Honestly, I don't understand how you can sleep in class," he says, his voice echoing strangely in the empty hallway. "It's almost the end of the day and we're about to leave," he adds, his smirk sending chills down my spine. Despite the years of friendship, I can't shake off the feeling of unease that grips me. There's something wrong, something lurking beneath the surface of his familiar facade. As I follow him towards the exit, a sense of dread washes over me, warning me of the horrors that await beyond the school's walls. And in that moment, I realize that Sam may not be the friend I thought he was. But as not a single thought crosses my mind, I follow Sam to his car. "Are you ready for our trip to the Black Forest tonight?" he asks eagerly, a glint of excitement in his eyes. "It's supposed to be a very good night to go camping, and I can't wait to see the beautiful night sky." His words send a shiver down my spine, but I brush it off as pre-trip jitters. After all, Sam has always been the adventurous type, and his enthusiasm is infectious. "Sure, I'm ready," I reply, forcing a smile. But deep down, a sense of foreboding gnaws at my insides, whispering of dangers lurking in the darkness of the forest. Little do I know, this camping trip will be far from the peaceful escape I'd hoped for. As we drive deeper into the night, the darkness of the forest envelops Zeus like a thick blanket, suffocating and ominous. The trees loom overhead, their branches clawing at the sky like skeletal fingers reaching for something unseen. If you like this story, please subscribe. It will help me a lot. It's free, and you can always change your mind. Despite Sam's excitement, an unsettling silence hangs heavy in the air, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves or distant howl of a nocturnal creature. I can't shake the feeling that we're being watched, that something sinister lurks in the shadows just beyond the reach of our headlights. As we set up camp in a clearing deep within the forest, the oppressive atmosphere only seems to intensify. The crackling of the fire offers little solace against the encroaching darkness, and the flickering flames cast eerie shadows that dance like malevolent spirits around us. Sam's enthusiasm borders on obsession as he sets up his telescope, eager to gaze upon the stars. But his excitement feels misplaced, almost manic, as if he's trying to distract himself from the palpable sense of dread that hangs over us like a shroud. As the night wears on, a sense of unease settles in the pit of my stomach, growing with each passing moment. The forest seems to come alive around us, its inhabitants whispering secrets that I dare not comprehend. And then, in the dead of night, when the darkness is at its deepest, I hear it. A low, guttural growl that sends shivers down my spine. I turn to Sam, but his eyes are fixed on the sky, oblivious to the danger that lurks just beyond our campsite. But I know better. I can feel it in my bones, a primal instinct screaming at me to flee, to run as far and as fast as I can from this cursed place. And as the growls grow louder, closer, I realize that the horrors of the Black Forest are far more real than either of us could have imagined. The growls continue to echo through the darkness, each one sending a fresh wave of terror coursing through my veins. I glance around frantically, searching for the source of the sound, but the shadows seem to twist and writhe, concealing whatever lurks within. "Did you hear that?" I whisper, my voice barely above a terrified whimper. But Sam remains fixated on his telescope, oblivious to the danger that surrounds us. Before I can utter another word, a figure emerges from the darkness, its form shrouded in shadow. It moves with an unnatural grace, its eyes gleaming with malevolence as it advances towards us. "Sam, we need to go. Now!" I hiss urgently, but he brushes off my warning with a dismissive wave of his hand. "Don't be ridiculous," he scoffs, his voice tinged with irritation. "It's probably just a raccoon or something." But I know better. I can feel the primal instinct screaming at me to run, to flee from this nightmare come to life. With trembling hands, I reach for my backpack, desperate to grab whatever supplies I can before making a break for it. But before I can move, the creature lunges forward, its claws gleaming in the firelight. I scream, the sound tearing through the night like a knife, but it's too late. The creature's jaws close around me, its fetid breath hot against my skin as darkness consumes me. And as I fade into unconsciousness, I can't help but wonder what horrors await me in the depths of the Black Forest, and if I'll ever escape its clutches alive. As consciousness slowly returns, I find myself in a dimly lit chamber, the air thick with the scent of decay. My head throbs with pain, and I struggle to focus my blurred vision. The sound of footsteps echoes through the chamber, growing louder with each passing moment. Panic grips me as I realize that I'm not alone. I try to move, to escape, but my limbs are bound, trapped in chains that bite into my flesh. A figure emerges from the shadows, its features twisted and grotesque. It moves with a predatory grace, its eyes gleaming with hunger as it approaches. "So, you're finally awake," it sneers, its voice dripping with malice. "Welcome to my domain." I recoil in horror, the realization dawning upon me that I am at the mercy of a creature far beyond my understanding. Its intentions are clear. I am nothing more than prey, a plaything to be toyed with until it grows bored. Desperation courses through me as I struggle against my restraints, but it's futile. The creature merely laughs, a sound that chills me to the bone. "You humans are so amusing," it muses, its voice reverberating through the chamber, so full of fear and yet so easily broken. As the creature draws closer, its foul breath washing over me, I resign myself to my fate. In the depths of the Black Forest, far from the reaches of civilization, I know that no one will hear my screams. And as darkness claims me once more, I can only pray for a swift end to my torment, knowing that the